dear students, once again I am coming in front of you to teach you the further things. So first of all I'll take as a limiting reagent. Limiting reagent in a chemical reaction. What is limiting reagent? In a very simple way you can understand, limiting reagent is nothing. It is the reactant which get completely consumed in the reaction, or it is the reagent due to which reaction stops in between. Means a reagent which limits the reaction, which stops the reaction in between only, and those reagents are known as limiting reagent. Now look at the example what I have taken. The example is taken reaction between hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen reacts with oxygen and forms water. So according to this equation, when you balance this chemical equation, so what you are looking at is 2 mole of hydrogen reacts with 1 mole of oxygen to give 2 mole of water. So 2:1 ratio. So hydrogen and oxygen reacts with one another in 2:1 ratio. If 2 mole of the hydrogen is consumed, then 1 mole of the oxygen will be consumed, and it will produce 2 mole of water. Now, while carrying out the reaction, I will take 2 mole of hydrogen as well as 2 mole of oxygen. Only what is the requirement? 2 mole of oxygen reacts with 1 mole completely. 2 mole of hydrogen reacts completely with the 1 mole of oxygen. But what is, I have taken the 2 mole of hydrogen and even 2 mole of oxygen. So 2 mole of the hydrogen would react with 1 mole of oxygen. Then what will happen? 1 mole of oxygen would remain. So it is in excess. It is not used completely. So oxygen is not used up completely during the chemical reaction. It is not used up completely. So that means it is an excess reagent. How much it is excess? You have taken 2 mole, only 1 mole is consumed, so 1 mole of the reagent is remaining. So this is the excess reagent by 1 mole. But 2 mole is required, and we have got the 2 mole of hydrogen. So that's why this 2 mole is completely used up in the reaction. After the reaction, once the water is formed, when the reaction gets over, this amount of hydrogen is not remaining. Now the amount of hydrogen is 0 after the reaction. That means the hydrogen is used up completely. Hydrogen is consumed during the reaction completely, and that is why this hydrogen limits the reaction. This hydrogen stops the reaction because oxygen is already available. Still oxygen is available. Still 1 mole of oxygen is available. But to react oxygen, it still needs hydrogen. But now the hydrogen, after consuming 1 mole of oxygen, there is no further hydrogen available to get consumed 1 mole more into the reaction. 1 mole is already consumed, but 2 mole is available. So again for 1 mole of oxygen, again 2 mole of hydrogen is required. But we are not having the 4 mole of hydrogen here. Here we are having only 2 mole of hydrogen. So 1 mole of oxygen would remain, and this hydrogen get completely used up. The reagent which is completely used up are known as limiting reagent. Limiting reagent means limiting the reaction, it stops the reaction. So this is called limiting reagent, and the reagent which is remain in the reaction, those reagent is known as excess reagent. So two terminologies there, limiting reagent and excess reagent. And now the 2 mole of water is formed here. But 2 mole of, during the formation of 2 mole of this hydrogen is used up, and only 1 mole of oxygen is used up. So if you calculate with this hydrogen, amount of hydrogen, then you will get the correct result, the amount of water what is formed. But if you calculate with the, because you have taken the 2 mole of oxygen, so you will calculate with this 2 mole of oxygen, then you will not get the perfect answer. You will not get the correct answer, which must be the experimentally correct. Because you have to, although you have taken the 2 mole of oxygen, but only 1 mole of oxygen is used up in the reaction. So then you have to calculate with the only 1 mole of oxygen. So instead of doing the calculation with excess reagent, we always carry out the calculation with limiting reagent. This is the importance of limiting reagent during the calculation. The reagent which is completely used up in the reaction, we always take care of that. We always make calculation using that reagent which is completely used up. That means whenever you have to make a calculation, you must calculate using limiting reagent, not the excess reagent. Because whenever you use the excess reagent, so it is a false calculation. Because it is not used up in the reaction, it remains as it is, since it has not participated completely in the reaction. So that is why we will not be using the amount of excess reagent in the chemical calculation. Now, to understand this, we will take the example here. Okay. So, how much magnesium sulfide can be obtained from 2 gram of magnesium and 2 gram of sulfur by the reaction? Which is limiting reagent? Calculate the amount of one of the reactant which remains unreacted. So you have to find out the limiting reagent as well as the excess reagent which is remaining during the reaction. So first of all, you write the balanced chemical reaction. So this is the balanced chemical reaction. Magnesium reacts with sulfur and gives you the magnesium sulfide. So according to equation, 1 mole of magnesium reacts with 1 mole of sulfur and gives you the 1 mole of magnesium sulfide. Now what is the amount taken during the chemical reaction? Requirement is 1:1. 1 mole reacts with 1 mole in terms of mole. Now the what amount is taken? 2 gram of magnesium and 2 gram of sulfur. So you say that it is equal. But it is equal in terms of gram, not in terms of mole. Chemical reaction takes place in terms of mole. So that is why we will convert this amount taken into mole. So 2 gram of magnesium was taken, 2 gram of magnesium was converted into its mole. So how much it is mole? How to calculate the mole? Number of mole? Actual amount divided by molar mass. So 2 is the actual amount and 24.3 is the molar mass of the magnesium. Atomic mass of the magnesium. Again in case of sulfur, 2 is the actual mass, whereas 32.1 is the molar mass of sulfur, atomic mass of the sulfur. So we have divided it. So how much mole? So you get this much mole of magnesium and this much mole of sulfur. Now see, number of moles are not equal. In terms of gram, both are equal, 2 gram, 2 gram. So you will say it is 1:1, 1:1, but it is not like that. It is equal in term 1:1 in terms of gram, but we cannot take chemicals in terms of gram. We have to take in terms of mole, because chemical reaction follow the molar ratio, not the mass ratio. So we have to convert it into the number of moles. We have converted it. Now you can see that number of moles are different. It is 0.0624 and it is 0.824. So it is lower. It is lower. 1:1 ratio. So now we can see 0.0624 mole sulfur is lower. This is the higher one, so we consider this one. 1 mole of sulfur reacts with 1 mole. 1 mole sulfur reacts completely with 1 mole of magnesium. 1 mole sulfur reacts completely with 1 mole of magnesium. So 0.624 mole sulfur must react with 0.624 mole only, because 1 mole reacts with 1 mole. So this much mole would react with this much mole of magnesium only. That has been calculated here. So this much mole. So how much magnesium is used up? This much magnesium is used up. But how much magnesium we have got? This much. So which is more than this much? The more than the amount required. the amount which is taken in during the chemical reaction, which is much more than the amount required to get completely used up. So that means magnesium is in excess, because amount of magnesium remains in the chemical equation. So magnesium is an excess reagent, whereas this sulfur used up completely, nothing is remain for sulfur. Sulfur is not remaining after the reaction. So that is why sulfur is a limiting reagent, because due to the consumption of sulfur, reaction got stopped, because still the amount of magnesium is available for the reaction, but the amount of sulfur is not available for the reaction, or magnesium require still more quantity of sulfur, but sulfur is not available now. So that means who stops the reaction? This sulfur. That is why this sulfur here acts as a limiting reagent. It limiting the chemical reaction, stopping the chemical reaction. That's why sulfur is a limiting reagent and magnesium is a excess reagent. So that I have calculated here, completely used in the reaction. That's why sulfur is limiting reagent. Unreacted magnesium, how much? This much mole is remaining. We have been asked to find out how much amount is remaining unreacted. So this much amount of magnesium remain unreacted, which is the excess reagent magnesium. And the first question, how much magnesium sulfide can be obtained? How much magnesium sulfide you will get in this process? Since sulfur is completely used up, so it is a limiting reagent, so we will consider this amount. Since this magnesium is not used up completely in the reaction, so we will not consider this one. We always consider limiting reagent. We can make calculation with both, but definitely we must consider this one limiting reagent, so that you could get the exact experimental results. Not only theoretical, we need to confirm it with the experiment. So when you take up the limiting reagent for calculation, then it will give you the perfect experimental result, and that is why we will take up the limiting reagent for calculation. We consider limiting reagent for calculation. That is why we calculate like this. 1 mole of sulfur gives you the 1 mole of magnesium. 1 mole sulfur produces 1 mole of magnesium sulfide. So 0.0624 mole sulfur give 0.0624 mole magnesium. Same, because 1 mole produces 1 mole, so this 1 mole of sulfur produces this much of magnesium sulfide. So we get this much magnesium sulfide. So now the number of moles must be multiplied with the molar mass. What is the molar mass of magnesium sulfide? Add the atomic mass of magnesium and sulfur. How much you will get? 56.4 gram. So 56.4 gram is nothing but it's a molar mass of the magnesium sulfide, or molecular mass of the magnesium sulfide that we have used up. So finally you are getting 3.52 gram of magnesium sulfide is formed during this process. So in this reaction we have calculated with the help of limiting reagent, not with the excess reagent, to have a correct experimental result.